Jared Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit jaredgoestothemovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jarrett Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
When I have a heavy night, I compensate the next morning. Exercise, antioxidants, you know.
Yeah, sure. Was it a good party?
Party?
Yeah, wasn't there a party? There wasn't a party. Sorry.
Caleb, I'm just going to throw this out there so it's said, okay? You're freaked out.
I am?
Yeah, you're freaked out by the helicopter and the mountains and the house because it's all so super cool. And you're freaked out by me to be meeting me, having this conversation in this room at this moment, right? And I get that. I get the moment you're having, but dude, can we just get past that? Can we just be two guys, Nathan and Caleb, not the whole employer-employee thing?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah. It's good to meet you, Nathan.
It's good to meet you too, Caleb.
It's good to meet you, Jared.
It's good to meet you too, Richard. I thought you were going to talk first or something. You like were pointing to yourself. What was that when you were pointing to yourself?
Oh, you said me and my friend Rich, and I was like, that's me.
Oh, that you were. I see what you were doing. Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another. That's right. They're still letting us do this. Welcome to another episode of Jarrett Goes to the Movies. My name is Jarrett.
Hey, Jared.
Hi. Man, I just got back from Mexico with my lovely wife, and boy, did we have a good time. We're having to do this show on a Monday because we missed Friday. We usually
Do it on Friday.
do it on Friday. How are you? With me as always is Rich.
I'm good. Just working still.
Things are going good. I see that you are still not out of new movie shirts.
Shooter McGavin.
I had a couple of good ones that I wore. Excuse me. Now, those of you who've never listened to the show, I do like to yawn it gets the oxygen flowing into my lungs so that I can talk for 3 hours. We're going to be here for a while. You know, my lovely wife Casey is here,
Hello. I'm here.
and Silent Sean is on the mic.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, there he is. We're talking about the movie Man, I'm serious. I can't, because what I do is I forget what I'm talking about all the time, and I look up at this little board up here. In fact, I just realized that I never even introduced 5 questions today.
No, I thought about that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I missed it, though, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, it's fine now, because
I'll fix it in post.
Well, this is before that, so you just go into it, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, remember he didn't...
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live! Ex Machina.
Sound it out.
Yeah.
Ex Machina. But see, if in any language, if I sound this out, it's Ex Machina, Ex Machina.
Machina.
I'd even give you Machina, but
You
Machina.
definitely said Machina at one point.
Machina is what I thought it was, but
I
then
think
what
that would
happened
be
was then
I know what happened.
what?
You said he used the Amazon thing.
Yeah.
And said play X Machina, and
Yeah.
it goes playing X whatever
Machina, right?
And then we're like, maybe she fucked up.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
No, I
But
know.
I'm like, son of a bitch is
I
going to
watched the
play
whole
the
thing
wrong
happen.
thing. Because that does happen. Like, sometimes you'll tell Alexa to play some shit, and she's just like, you're like, play the movie. What's the one that we did last week? This actually happened.
Interstellar.
Yeah, play the movie Interstellar. And they're like, Inner Sandman by Metallica. And she just goes right into it. You know?
But according to YouTube,
Okay.
Duzum's X-Men-gina. Duzum's X-Men Nagina.
That's awesome.
Machina. Welcome to the show, everybody. Casey and I just got off vacation, as I said. We had a whopping good time. We went down to Mexico. Our first day,
we got there a little late, so we pretty much, and we'd been drinking all day. And boy, did we go out and have a doozy of a time that night. Man, I mean, we had a great time.
You probably didn't do karaoke or anything, did you?
Was that the first karaoke night?
No, so the first night was
DJ
the
night.
first DJ night. So we were in it for the long haul. Right?
I did all the dancing.
She did. And so second day.
Did you sing with the DJing?
No, I only dance for comedic purposes. Like if I get out there, I'm putting on some sort of a show, then I go back to my seat.
Right.
I can't dance, but I get drunk and I fucking just do it anyway.
She's real good at it. She can do like all the line dances that all the girls
That's not
do.
good at dancing. That's just being a white lady.
You know what you're
That's
doing.
easy.
Though. You know what you're doing.
Cupid Shuffle came on. I'm like, it's the song of my people. It's like chubby white ladies.
And then second day, we did karaoke, and so here's what happened. One dude sang the first song, and of course I'm like, I was gonna wait to go, but fuck it, I'm going in. And Casey had already signed up. And then what happened is this girl at our table went twice in a row. And so she was singing shit like, and hopefully she's not a fan of the show. But anytime you go to karaoke and like you've got good singers in the audience, like don't pick Sweet Home Alabama. You know, I mean, nobody gives a shit. Plus the song's 7 minutes long.
The first song she sang was that song by Lorde.
Okay, sure.
You know what I mean?
Blue Royals or something?
Royals, yeah.
And then Sweet
And her
Home
voice
Alabama.
is really good.
I don't know, but I just stop at Royals. Anyway,
That's what I said.
then she gets to the Sweet Home Alabama. She loses everybody. So I go up and I sign up, and I'm like up there. Then I'm waiting for a drink, right? And this fucking dude who we had seen earlier in the day, we saw him at the gift shop, and I told him how much a Red Bull was. And then this motherfucker starts singing.
He said, that's too much. And then I like awkwardly bought 2. And I was like, yeah, totally. This shit's way overpriced.
Yeah.
I'll have 2.
And so this dude starts singing Here I Go Again on My Own by the Whitesnakes. This motherfucker is this, like, he's a shorter, like, ginger fella with big, thick glasses, and he's balding. And he stands up on the stool and he just slays. I mean, fucking slays.
And
like,
he's jumping up on tables and shit.
Just-
You know why?
Bouncy little fucker.
He's all fucking hopped up on this confidence that what's his name is giving him? The other ginger.
Oh, just this fucking Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, see,
is
that's
giving
just
him.
it. Now they're not only not going extinct, they're all confident.
They're
shit
all
now.
cocky
You're right.
motherfuckers now.
That motherfucker stayed in the sun all day like he could.
Right.
It was crazy.
He did get out and reapply every 15 minutes, though, which I thought was really smart.
So,
But that's whenever I look
Casey
at Jarrett,
looks at
and
me,
I'm like,
yeah.
you feeling a little threatened? I can see Jarrett being like, what type of shit can I jump on in here? Like, you can, like,
I can't.
like,
Yeah, I know.
And, so,
I know specifically that I can't. Yeah.
But
and he goes,
what,
I do feel a little threatened.
what if you went up there, did
Yeah.
one of your songs, but didn't sing it
Oh,
at like
a brilliant
100%?
idea.
You did it like at 70.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh my God, you sound just like the guy.
Yeah, so I don't do that because they'll figure it out because I talk like I can't not.
Well, it's worse because if one person
Yeah.
figures it out that you're doing your own song,
Plus,
that's like
here I
that's-
can't 70% anything. I'm so
That's true.
fucking good that if I sing it half-ass, it's still great.
Have you ever heard him sing The Darkness? Come
Jesus
on.
Christ. Okay, so that's what I did.
I haven't.
So I did the darkness, but so what I had to do was I had to basically run around the whole room and get people to sing with me and shit and bring the whole crowd into it or whatever. Now, Casey had done Snoop Dogg.
I did
She
that
fucking-
after that.
She nailed it. Nailed it.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Gin and juice.
Gin and
My
juice.
go-to.
Of course you did. Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
made some friends that night.
I got all the high fives.
Yep. Made some friends that night. The next night was disco night. Again, we didn't go.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What should my go-to be?
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
It should be Bon
Yeah.
Jovi? Okay.
100%.
All right. Just
So
checking.
you did something else that night, too.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
I did Beastie Boys, and I was
Sabotage?
I was doing Fight for Your Right to Party, and I was letting and I was talking during all the parts or whatever. Like I was doing the raps, and then when it would break down, I'd be like talking like, okay, a lot of people don't know this is Kerry King from Slayer on this guitar solo right here, and people are just all looking.
Yeah. So the next day we go to the pool, and it already starts. Or
Who
people are
needs
just like,
jumping on tables, right?
Exactly.
Fucking like,
I did open up when my riff started like dun, da, da, da. I was like, I am too fat to jump up on a chair, so instead, I am going to blow your minds with my vocal stylings.
basically, it was pop-up video karaoke with Jared.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, it's always like that.
By the second karaoke night, Jarrett was just hosting karaoke.
Yeah. So by the second night,
Was there not a karaoke
well, there was
host?
not a host. He would just play the song.
He
and
played
you
him
would
on a
go
laptop,
Up, you'd
and
go
you
up
just
there
went
and
up
just
there and
grab
did
the
it.
mic, whatever.
Oh, so you were the DJ guy.
So by then, I would just be like, "Okay, coming up, we got Van Halen. All right,
Jared
here we
does not
go."
remember that
no, I
one.
have no recollection of the night, dude.
But that one had to have been better because the first day after the first night we went to the pool and everyone's like, "Yeah, guys, what's up? That was so awesome!" Like
Yeah.
random people we didn't talk to, and by like the second night where neither one of us, it was all real fucking fuzzy.
I have
Like
a
we all
better
got to the
idea.
pool and everyone was like, "Jared, I can't see
Yeah,
you." We were
people
like,
lost their fucking shit.
I have a better idea.
About what? It's
Then
already
do-
done happening.
Then doing
We already
a,
did it.
Then doing a Jarrett Goes to the Movies live podcast.
Yeah.
We should do a Jarrett Goes to the Movies karaoke night.
I love it. You know what we'll do?
I have no social media policy
let's
except
see
for
what-
that one time I drunk did Snoop Dogg on the
Let's
show.
see what people think about this. I think this is a really good idea. So less than a year away, June of next year, is Bowling for Soup's 25th anniversary.
Okay.
We're going to do a Bowling for Soup weekend.
Oh, okay.
Why doesn't Jarrett Goes to the Movies host an event that weekend?
Okay.
Let's host a Jarrett Goes to the Movies karaoke for all of the fans that fly in, because they're going to end up getting a full show, and then they'll get some sort of like a VIP thing, and then there'll be some other thing. But we've done like an acoustic thing before and shit like that. But we were thinking about a brunch, but we could full on do like
so that we'd have like one of the
one
nights
of
or-
the events would be
yeah.
ours, and we would host it, and
Yeah.
we would use the sponsorship money and fucking
let's do it.
get the place and people.
So Bowling for Soup can finally rent a car.
Is that 26?
I thought it was 25.
Yeah, you're right. 25 we'll be able to rent a car, and then the next year our insurance goes down. But yeah, we had a fucking great vacation. So anybody who caught on to that, man, so many people from Texas down there in Cancun. I mean, like, and people from this area, and so I'm sure that we probably gained some fans because we definitely.
So tell me, you're talking about this 25th anniversary thing, like everyone knows. I don't know anything about it. So people are flying in because there's some sort of.
Well, you're kind of hearing it here first, but everybody will assume that we're doing this because we did it on our 20th anniversary. Okay. We do a hotel package where they can get a discount on a hotel. People will fly in from all
it's
over.
It's like a VIP access kind of thing.
Well, they'll have their rooms or whatever. They'll do their own meetups and stuff, and then we'll have sanctioned events. So, like, what I would like to do is I want to have a show. I'd like to have a brunch on the Sunday where everybody comes to that before they fly out or leave town or whatever.
And I assume this is in Dallas.
It's in Dallas, yeah. Okay. So, and what I'd really like to do is, yes, it's what happened on the 20th. But what I like to have happen is all of us kind of stay down in Dallas as well. We do some kind of like I said, a brunch thing. So Friday night is kind of open. So if Bowling for Soup doesn't do something, we could have the Friday night. If we don't have the Friday night, we could maybe take the Thursday night. But anyway, it just would be, it's super cool. And people pre-make we'll announce that probably in the next like 2-3 months.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of planning to do if we're going to be involved in it.
Okay.
But
let's do it.
Should be really cool. I mean, we can do Bowling for Soup karaoke hosted by us,
right.
And that could be really fun.
Yeah. I got the voice down. Have you heard me?
I know. I have heard it. Yeah.
We've done 100 or more weeks recording a podcast.
I mean, can you even tell the difference?
No, you do. You do it really good. When Casey's had a few drinks, she's really good at doing my some of my banter. All right, guys. Hey, this podcast is funded 100% by our Patreon supporters. We do not try to sell you Blue Apron or Audible. So keep in mind as you're listening to this podcast and listen to other ones, I'm not going to stop in the middle of this and make you listen to a commercial. I just got to get a little bit of business out of the way and hope that you will go onto our Patreon site and give us $1 or $2 each month, which is 4 episodes, 5 episodes, or whatever. Not per episode. It's every month. And if you're just $1 supporter, you get 20% off merchandise. Go do it for 1 month. You made some money. All right. We got some new supporters. $5 supporter Thomas McCall. He now gets, for $5, he gets all of the archives. So there's shit that's cut out. If we record for 3 hours, episodes are usually around 2. Is that right? So ton of shit that is just out there in the world that you guys don't get to hear. $10 Joy Hollinshead. Joy Hollinshead. That's what it is. Joy Hollinshead. It's either Joy Hollinshead or Joy Hollinshead.
It's Joy.
Wait, what's the name of the movie today? Ex Machina Macchio. Ralph Macchio. For $10, she gets to hang out on Skype with us once a month. We'll actually be doing that pretty soon because I think we're about due for that.
We're due.
So there you go. If you want to hear your name on the podcast every single week, become an executive producer. But before I even mention that, let me say that this is a Matt Cardosi and Daniel Cotton production. They are our biggest supporters, making them the bosses. Our executive producers do include Wendy Croft, Ashley C., David Dooley, David Murray, Matt Cardosi, Rodon James, Nigel Watson, Daniel Cotton, Chris Black Magic Whitehead, Black Magic, Lucille Murray. Oh, sorry, Lucy. Jared Spear, Diane Small, John Gickler, Lisa Wenzel, who is she's now like my dealer for podcasts. Every week she just like, have you heard the this podcast or the Southern Nightmare podcast? And I go and listen to that. I'm just like,
because she likes true crime also.
She likes true crime also, yeah. So anyway, she's always coming up with something for me to listen to, which is nice. Jared Spear, who you will hear from later on the show, Diane Small, John Gickler. Oh wait, I already did them. Katie Morgan, Shawnee Griffiths, Greg Pascal, Tyler McCullough, Mark Ryan, Svehurst. Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Mike Breton, Chris Jacobs, Brian Dunning, Paul Baums, Jason Wall, Bodie Cooper, Woody Chambers, Amy Pittsinger, friend of the show. Kirsty, you're all friends of the show, though, aren't they?
Really.
Yeah, she's a recurring character, though, you know. Kirsty Fisher, Dominic Petretta, Simone Vark, who did not quit the podcast. Michael Price, Tess Green, and Brian Mason. Thank you guys so very much for your support. If you want to be a supporter, just go to our website. You can find the link there, or you can just go to Patreon and check that out. We have a cool thing that's happening soon where we're going to offer some one-off things that you can do on the website to be able to get over here. We've finally got all of that about ready to go, I think.
Yeah, am I still waiting on bank account stuff?
No, that's all done. So
okay. Is it just me? You're waiting on me
now?
Well,
it's there now. You just have to do the thing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll try to get
I'm finally putting on you.
All right.
It's been me for a very long time.
I am able to log into our PayPal account now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's me. It's a whole separate thing.
So it's waiting on me. I got it.
So
I'm on it.
You shush. All right. Ex Machina Nana. Ex Machina. Released in 2014, a young programmer is selected to participate in a groundbreaking experiment in synthetic intelligence by evaluating the human qualities of a breathtaking humanoid AI. Did you pick this movie just because it says shit like AI and programmers and... So I feel like this is like two weeks in a row where you guys have computer boners. So I need a soundbite that just says computer boners.
Well, last week was space. This isn't space. This is completely different.
But you kind of teased me with like, oh, cocktail? And I'm like, of course. And then you're like, no, we're gonna watch El Macarena instead.
I was going to change it, and then Jared goes, fuck it, I don't care.
Well,
I go, okay,
no,
don't care.
What I said was, I just go, I really don't give a shit. I'm just the conversation is silly. Because what the deal was is, actually, Sean, this is your own fault. Because you go, are we still doing Scarface even though it's not coming out yet or whatever? And so that gets his brain started. And he just goes, okay, we'll do the Macarena. And so I am like, do you want to watch maybe a movie that people have seen before? And then he got butthurt. So then he's picking Cocktail or whatever.
No. What did I say? I said, I said something smart.
Oh, you wanted to do Little Nicky.
Yeah, I go, all right, how's Little Nicky?
Yeah, so I just go, no, Rich, we're saving the blockbusters. For later. And then finally I'm just like, oh shit, this is gonna turn into some shit because you were going back and forth already and I really didn't care. And I'm just like, I really don't give a fuck. Pick a movie, we'll watch it.
And I had already changed the schedule to this one. And so when you said I don't give a fuck, and I go, okay, I'm not going to change it again.
Right. I mean, I would have been totally fine with doing Scarface. I just felt it's going to come out. Let's just save it for that.
That is exactly. I'm glad you said that because I didn't know that happened, and I would like to save it for sure. Yeah. And then the reason I picked this one, I just Googled great movies, and this popped up. I had only seen it once, but I remember it making me think a lot.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it would be a good thought-provoking movie that we could talk about and have interesting conversations about.
I definitely agree that there's a couple of things in this movie that are very poignant and very topical right now. So I'm excited to dive in. This movie stars Domhnall Gleeson, Is he like a big star? Big star? I don't even know who this guy is.
He was in Star Wars.
Oh, shit. Who was he in Star Wars?
He was that redheaded commander guy in the new Star Wars.
No shit.
Yeah, that's him.
That's a big role. Holy fuck. He did the guy that's like mad that that the guy that you like.
He's the human guy underneath the Chancellor that's all big and scary.
Yeah, and he doesn't like Han Solo's son.
Right, he doesn't get along with
him. Did he okay, so hold on. Let's discuss this one time. Here we go. All right. Now he did not like every scene with Tyler Ren.
No, he didn't like any scene.
All right, Alicia Vikander. Wouldn't it be Vikander?
I don't know.
Alicia Vikander, Oscar Isaac.
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
Ex Machina, or alternatively titled, Her Without the Hair Lip. The guy from Star Wars, who also thinks more than a handful is too much, takes a stab at creating the perfect woman, only without the awesome party and ballistic missile at the end.
Wait a minute. Which guy is in Star Wars? The redheaded guy?
They're actually both in Star Wars.
Which guy is Oscar Isaac?
He's in Star Wars. He's Poe Dameron or whatever.
That's fucking Poe?
That's Poe Dameron.
Whoa, he looks way different. He's a little short fucker, isn't he?
Yeah.
He looks weird in this movie. He doesn't look like himself.
Well, he bulked up a smidge, but he really does look different.
Well, he's bald in this movie and has a beard, and in Star Wars, he's got hair and no facial hair.
I think he looked like I knew that who this was, but he just looked like a completely different person.
He got me.
Wait, is Poe the black guy?
No, he's the pilot, the awesome pilot that the black guy had his jacket.
Yeah, that guy, and he came back in one of the last movies. He's the leader of all the shit now.
Yeah, he's the one that went against all the orders and fucking killed a bunch of people.
Also, in Kung Fu Panda, what is Jack Black's character's name?
Panda?
Oh.
Poe.
This is obviously a movie about AI, and so I went and got a list of movies that pertain to artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And I made a list of the ones that I think were kind of significant. And the ones I came up with were obviously this one, I, Robot. Have you seen that one?
No.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Blade Runner, obviously, we've seen that.
Yep.
The Terminator, we haven't watched it in this, but I'm sure you've seen The Terminator. Right?
Of course I've seen The Terminator.
I haven't seen The Terminator since I was like 4.
Yeah.
Really? You haven't?
No, I wouldn't remember any of it.
Oh, wow.
I know I watched it when I was like a little kid, but...
I think it holds up well.
It's got that guy in it from Detroit Rock City that you like.
That dude that's the governor of California?
No, what's his name?
No, I'm just joking. Edward Furlong?
He's not
Edward Furlong.
I know, I'm joking. I'm joking. Edward Furlong, right?
Yeah, that guy.
2001: A Space Odyssey. It's not really about it. But
I don't think I've ever seen
part
that.
of it. It's not good.
No,
it's an important movie to film, but it's not. I don't think it's good. It's so boring and long and artsy, and Stanley Kubrick did it.
Okay.
Westworld, which inspired the TV show Westworld, which is, I think, I would only mention Westworld because it inspired the TV show Westworld, which is a lot more in depth in it. But the Westworld movie is pretty old. It's
I don't know anything about the movie. I just when you say that, I just in a Western world with dead end walls, Eastern boys and Western girls.
Her, which I haven't seen.
Nope.
But it's basically this movie. They came out around the same time.
I think I did see that.
And you didn't get my alternative title, Her Without the Hair Lip?
No, I missed that.
Because Joaquin Phoenix is
right. Oh, damn it.
All right. And then AI, Artificial Intelligence, which is a Steven Spielberg movie, which is about artificial intelligence, but it was terrible. It was bad. It was a flop.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams.
I saw that on there, but
I'm kind of joking.
I know you are. And I was like, well, I was trying to pick out like important, like impactful movies about, and I left off comedies. There were plenty. There's Short Circuit.
Okay, that's where I was just going to say.
It was a drama fantasy, not a comedy.
Off the top of my head, I was going to Short Circuit because number Johnny 5. I am standing here beside myself. It's like my fucking favorite thing to say ever.
Do you know what the Turing test is?
Yeah, I know what the Turing test is. It's when a human interacts with a computer. And if the human doesn't know they're interacting with a computer, the test is passed.
And what does a pass tell us?
That the computer has artificial intelligence. Are you building an AI?
I've already built one. And over the next few days, You're going to be the human component in the Turing test.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's right, Caleb. You got it. Because if that test is passed, you are dead center of the greatest scientific event in the history of man.
If you've created a conscious machine, it's not the history of man. That's the history of gods.
So
Have you
now
heard of
that
this
now
test?
that you've told me that it's Poe, he's fucking brilliant in this.
Yeah.
He's like a different person. It's like the one guy that we talk
He
about
was
all the
in
time.
one other movie that I know about that before this movie. He may have been in other stuff, but there was only 2 movies that he was in.
He's brilliant.
And it was some Justin Timberlake movie where he's playing guitar on the subway or some shit, and I had never seen the guy ever. I thought it was some other guy that looked similar to him.
Are you talking about the movie with the time and they have to buy time?
No.
He's
that's,
in X-Men.
No. It's like a very indie movie. He plays guitar and sings, and he's on the subway a lot. No one saw this movie. It was so indie. It was.
Well, why are you trying to get us to guess right now?
I thought of another artificial intelligence movie y'all didn't think of.
Okay.
What about Daryl, guys?
Oh, Daryl. That's right. Did we tell you about us watching
No,
Daryl?
we've talked about it on here.
Yeah.
Is it Daryl D. period A.
Yeah.
period?
Yeah.
That's old.
Well, why did we watch that the other day?
Oh, we were really drunk.
Okay,
And it came on, and I was like, "No, I want to watch it."
And we stayed up all night and watched that fucking thing, right?
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah.
In daycare.
Now, and he's Bastion from Never Ending Story as well.
He's
Same
in X-Men. He's in
Who are we talking
Drive. This
The dude from
Oscar
Daryl.
Isaac.
Oh, Oscar. Okay.
Sucker Punch, Drive, Robin Hood. It's like a bunch of them.
Oh,
right,
okay.
so
Well,
let
he must have had some bit parts. He is an insanely good actor.
Let's get off this guy's dick and go to the fact that you have just won this contest or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You get dropped off in a field, and they say just follow the river or whatever. But I'm like, this is like one of the richest guys. Obviously, that's a play off this guy, right? He's supposed to be like
Eccentric.
Facebook-y guy, whatever the fuck
Mark
that guy's
Zuckerberg.
name. Yeah, that.
Well, it's probably a mixture of Zuckerberg and Google. Google is obviously the company because it's a search engine.
Yeah, so
but
that's
eccentric guy.
Fucking send a welcoming party, a search party, a birthday party. Send some sort of party there to get me, and then take me. And then you get there and you go into the house. It's just weird. And then you're looking for the guy and
send a naked robot to get me something.
Right? Why couldn't you do that?
Why wasn't Kyoko over there?
Like in the movie we watched last week, where they send the rectangular robot to fucking shock the shit out of you and bring you in. Right. Then he's going to accompany you to space. It's like, okay, you've got a friend,
your best friend forever.
You got a friend for life there. He fucking ends up in wherever the fuck they live in the goddamn tennis racket or whatever the fuck that thing is. Also, if I'm going to meet you or whatever, and you're the CEO of this company, and I'm like, don't be punching shit when I get there. Like, I don't need that. Like, I'm already like out of my element, and I'm walking into.
But he
this
had a bender
strange
the night before.
Who gives a shit?
Detoxing.
Or again, like, leave a note. Hey, I'm out back punching shit. Go to your room. Like, I'll let you know when I'm done. I don't need to just like walk out and you're just like taking all of your fucking hungover aggressions out on some punching bag, and like I'm sitting there just going, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? There's no sports. He's just punching shit for no reason. Next to a waterfall, which is supposed to be tranquil. You know what I mean? There's all this water running everywhere, and this guy's just aggression.
Turing test. Have you heard of the Turing test?
I obviously there was like a blip in my head that was like, I guess so when we first watched it, or when we watched it today, it didn't make sense to me when he said it the first time, and then I realized, because what I thought it was the way that it was described the first time, it didn't translate to me that he was testing the robot, but it didn't make any sense that he already knew that it was a robot, but then they explained that later or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, the idea of the test actually would be that you would put somebody in the room with the robot and they would never know.
Well, the actual test is just on a chat. So the AI is just on the other side of a chat message.
Oh, and you never
So you're supposed to be able to chat with the AI in a text message.
And never figure
and
it
not
out.
know if that's a real person on the other side of the text message or if that's a computer talking to
And
you.
do you go back and forth between real people and that to
No. It's just, am I talking to a real person or am I not talking? If the person chatting with that person with the AI can't tell the difference between a real person and a chat.
Because I've done this test. I have. I have been on, like, you know how you when you log into AT&T and shit, and they're like, hey, do you want to chat? Like, I 100% have talked to a robot before. Mm-hmm. There's no question.
But the 1-800-Flowers guy is definitely a dude.
That's a dude, for sure.
Because I fuck up that thing every time.
Yeah. And they have to fucking call you and tell you what you did wrong and shit.
No, I have to message them and be like, oh, God, it was a funeral, not a birthday. Please, God, change it.
So, when you did chat with the AI, was it obvious?
I'm kidding. I just assumed that it was a person. Do you think that exists right now? Do we talk to robots sometimes on that? Now, I know we do it on the phone.
No, that's a thing. Yeah, it's like the same as on the phone. You know, like, what is your thing? Blah, blah, blah. You give them like a certain terminology, then they send you another thing back that goes, okay, well, then what are your questions here? Then you go.
Right.
What I would assume is that it's
so pathway defined, it's not even funny.
But
if you ask them, hey, where are you from? So do you have any sisters or brothers? They'll freak out. They won't know.
Then what happens? They put somebody on the phone?
No, I'm just saying my point is that in order to pass the Turing test, you got to be able to ask them anything, and they have a logical human response to it.
Right.
Oh, I don't have any brothers and sisters, you know, or I
don't they just follow up with other questions?
Or that's a little personal, you know, blah blah. Blah, you know,
Alexa
whatever.
will just say, "I don't feel like answering that right now."
Yeah, so that's silly. I mean, you can't have, and if you ask them a bunch of those questions and they say the exact same response, then obviously that's not a human.
Right.
We're not anywhere close to this, and Elon Musk is a big opponent.
Who's Elon Musk?
He's the SpaceX guy we talked about last week.
All right, what
He's Tesla?
What does he smell like?
He's kind of citrusy.
Oh, okay.
It's weird.
That makes sense.
A little tart.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
A little floral. Anyway, so he's a big opponent of AI. He thinks that, and not without merit, but he thinks that AI is going to be the doom of us all. And the way he's coaching is, it could be soon. I think we're so far away from true AI if we ever get to it.
They're
honestly.
doing what do you call it? Driverless cabs in Frisco now.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, they fucking started it.
Like Total Recall?
What was the movie we just
Johnny
watched
Cat.
where that was a terrible idea?
Yeah, it's fucking
What was it
happening.
that we just watched?
I mean, they've been doing it. Hasn't Uber been doing it for a while?
Remember whenever everybody got shot in the face and the car flipped over?
What has
no, that wasn't for the podcast. That was a horrible movie we went to in the theaters that was random as hell. Upload or
No, he loved that
Upgrade.
fucking movie. Yeah, he liked Upgrade.
Upgrade
I
or
didn't
something.
see that.
Oh.
I've never seen Upgrade.
Also, I'm going back like I always do to things that happened like 20 clips ago, even though we've only done like 2.
Okay.
CH used to be in the Spanish alphabet back in your day.
So I'm not wrong.
And in 2010, it was officially removed along with the double L, but the Nye is still the only.
Never fucking fuck with me. I am fucking always
but I
right.
wasn't wrong either.
No, I know, but you were.
So they changed it because of the keyboard.
But baby,
I'm giving it perspective.
You were the fact checker on that, and I know I was fucking right because I remember because we would
It used to be A B C Che.
A B C Che, and we would make fun of the way she would do it. A F A, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and
You know,
so
but
and the double L used to be on there too, but it's officially gone, and now the
Because
only
of the
extra
keyboard?
is N A and then Inye.
Because of the keyboard, they changed it.
I don't know.
I bet you anything because of the keyboard.
All I know is I was
possible.
fucking right.
Because if they were
taught.
only 2 letters off of our alphabet, then why have a whole different keyboard?
Yeah, I can never figure out how to put the Nye over the N unless it does it for me.
No, you just
You
hold
have
it
to
down.
hold it down.
Here's what I do.
You can't do that in a regular
I don't
computer,
think you can do that on a Mac, right?
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Watch. Go to the search bar.
Oh, for the love of God.
No, I'm
just
excited.
And just hold down in. There you
What?
go. And then use, yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
And same on your phone.
Dude, game changer.
Why don't we start with you telling me something about yourself?
What would you like to know?
Whatever comes into your head.
Well, you already know my name. And you can see that I'm a machine. Would you like to know how old I am?
Sure.
I'm 1.
1 what? 1 year or 1 day?
1.
When did you learn how to speak, Ava?
I always knew how to speak. And that's strange, isn't it?
Why?
Because language is something that people acquire.
Well, some people believe language exists from birth, and what is learned is the ability to attach words and structure to the latent ability. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. Will you come back tomorrow, Caleb?
Yes.
So the flirting starts early to me. Like the whole "will you come back tomorrow" thing. Hey, you can be like, okay, she's lonely. You know, if she really is starting to feel stuff. Mm-hmm. You know.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Is this life? So let's say that this all is real, and she can easily pass this Turing test and everything.
Yeah.
And she has what seems to be emotions. You know, she can obviously be manipulative.
Yeah.
Is this life?
Is what
so
part
if we
of it
had
life?
this,
Yeah.
is it life?
I don't know what you mean.
Is it life?
Is she alive?
No. Is it? Should we consider it life?
Should we consider what life?
Because everything that's inside of you, it's just little
electrodes
firing off and saving data, and there's not a whole lot of difference.
No, there is, because I have a heartbeat, and when the heartbeat stops, I go away.
When her power source stops, she goes away.
That's artificial.
Things I will never discuss with Rich Coleman. When does life begin?
I think that's, I don't know. That's, to me, that's a non-issue. Anything that's created.
The definition of life is the condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death.
I mean, this thing can't reproduce. It has no heartbeat. It can't get cancer. You know, it's not alive.
Okay.
So fuck it.
What do you think?
I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Do I think that you? Do I? Okay, so
I think the lines are really. If you've got a robot walking around town and basically behaving just like any other human being,
do I think that somebody could
the
fall?
Lines are blurred.
Could somebody fall in love with it? Could this? If this were okay, so if this were a real girl and these conversations happened exactly the way that they would this guy 100% fall in love with her? Absolutely.
But I would think of it the other way. Like, I mean, I think in a scarier sense is that this thing, you know, has a fight or flight instinct clearly that we find out at the end, and has fear. Right. And like, so are we allowed to just like rip her head off? Like it's a weird.
Well, that's what this guy did. He hit it with a pipe, you know, and that's the end of that deal.
But it's just like, where do we draw lines on that? Like,
exactly. So, we'll definitely get into that later.
Well, if
we had a human that had no cognitive function whatsoever,
right?
Like, what's
different? But a human, again, it's a human. To me, that's silly. Like, as far as like where you're headed with it, like I think
it would just get complicated.
I'm debating here, and by saying it's silly, that's the only way that I know how to speak. Right. So I'm not saying that you're being silly. Life is life. You're born. You know, and through natural causes, and a baby deer is alive, but a fucking like the Roku, not the Roku. What's the fucking thing that we have that vacuums the floor?
Its name is Daisy.
Her name is Daisy. I fucking love her to death, man. She sweeps up every single night, and then all I got to do is change her diaper, and she just does it again, and she never gives me any shit. And when she does, she'll just tell me, I'm lost. And I fucking go on my phone. I gotta find her.
I think Alexa's scarier than anything so far.
I mean, Alexa to me gets into this movie where they are listening the whole time. Like, I meant to tell you this, Rich. So funny. We started talking about that fucking chair the other day.
Wow.
And I did not search for chairs. I didn't. I promise you. I swear. I did not do a search for chairs.
Tell everybody the context. I bought a chair.
So the context is that you bought a chair. And we talk about this chair all the time in here too. We talk about how terrible this chair is.
There's an Alexa in here.
There's an Alexa in here. And there's Alexa right outside the door as well.
It's the reason why I sit right here.
But one day, you and I had the conversation, and you're like, "Hey," but we didn't even talk about it. We were texting about it. But I think it was on Facebook in Messenger.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be encrypted. That is not supposed to be
I am
read.
telling you right now, these fucking office chairs came up the next day right when I opened up my computer, weird. And I was like, God, that's fucking weird.
Things like that happen to me all the time. I swear to God,
I'm gonna be honest.
Was it in Facebook ads or was it in Amazon ads on Facebook? That's a big distinction.
I don't know. I don't know that, but I will say this: I'm okay with it. I like convenience. Fuck it. Like, I mean, monitor all the shit. You're not going to ever hear anybody murder anybody in this house, and if you do, I hope you fucking catch them. You know what I mean? Like, if I tell Casey we need some more Tide, and then the next day she goes to the store and she forgot Tide, but it comes up on the screen or whatever. I can get it on Amazon, and thank you very much for listening to my shit.
I click weird shit, and like, so I just keep getting the same ads on Facebook. Like, I get, like, there's an algorithm for that stuff, the stuff that you search and stuff like that. So, like, everything I get is, like, teeth whitening tools and skincare products. So I just assumed that every other person was the same. So I talked to my friends. I'm like, did you guys ever try that thing? It's like a mask, but it's for your butt. And they're like, no. What are you talking about? I'm like, I see that ad like 50 times a day.
You did try it, though.
I bought it, yeah.
You know, I wrote down that other line you came up with. The one about how if I've invented a machine with consciousness, I'm not a man, I'm God.
I don't think that's exactly what
I just thought, fuck, man, that is so good when we get to tell the story, you know? I turned to Caleb, and he looked up at me and he said, you're not a man, you're God.
Yeah, but I didn't say that.
So, anyway, you're impressed.
Yes. Although
there's a qualification to you being impressed?
No, there's no qualification to her. It's just in the Turing test. The machine should be hidden from the examiner.
No, we're way past that. If I hid Ava from you so you just heard her voice, she would pass for human. The real test is to show you that she's a robot and then see if you still feel she has consciousness.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
He's still overwhelmed in the situation, you know? and honestly, like, I like that they sort of show you the house while all this is happening at the same time. Now, when they start talking all this back and forth again, like, you don't sort of get a computer boner? Like, is there such thing as a computer? Like, when you start hearing about all this code and all that shit, like, can you write code really fast?
Can I write code really fast?
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Do you know who can write code really fast?
Who?
Any fucking girl that was 15 with a MySpace, like 2003.
She had flowers and music on her page.
Oh my God. I wish I could remember any of that shit. I had a computer class about it. I was so good at it. I had all the things.
Well, here's the biggest deal. This is the biggest thing that I noticed from it. Was that this guy, Nathan, the main guy.
Right. Now, we did talk about hot dogs today in our bonus episode. If you'd like to hear that, you're going to need to become a member on our Patreon page.
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
You told me you were just talking about pizzas.
No, we did hot dogs too.
Well, damn it. Now I'm bummed I missed it.
Okay, go ahead.
This guy is super cool.
Yeah.
Outgoing, funny, witty.
Yeah.
I mean, just...
The boss?
Yeah, the boss guy.
I think he's a douchebag.
No. I mean, he's cool. I mean, he's like the football jock douchebag.
I don't think that's how he comes across at all.
But of the computer guys, he's just like this 13-year-old crazy nerdy prodigy that's like a million times better than that guy's ever going to be.
I don't think he comes across...
dances and gets pussy.
He doesn't.
Oh, come on.
He doesn't come across as a cool guy to me at all. He comes by as a weird dude who fucking made it, who lives out in the fucking middle of nowhere by himself and a bunch of robots and does nerd shit all day.
Yeah, but that guy's a nerd.
Okay. No, when he's like, dude, can we get past all this?
Exactly, because he's already baiting him in.
I'm not saying he's not an asshole. I'm saying he's not Mark Zuckerberg.
He is 100% Mark Zuckerberg. 100%.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg does a lot.
He is the nerdiest motherfucker ever. Like, if this guy was a jock, and
Mark Zuckerberg can't have a conversation.
This motherfucker couldn't either. If he was, why does he live Why does he live in a concrete fucking shelter in the middle of nowhere with nobody there to ever? And he just drinks.
He said specifically
he's lonely.
Have you heard Zuckerberg have a conversation?
Oh, I don't don't fucking get me on the goddamn Zuckerberg. I don't care about fucking Zuckerberg.
I just want to say
not you, baby. I'm talking to these two fuckers. I know because I'm paying attention to you because you're so pretty. These two fuckers can shut the fuck up. I don't know who fucking Zuckerberg is.
I think that he is kind of a dickhead, and I also think he's kind of cool to this guy. I get both of y'all sides on this one, but I also want to point out that that's not his house. He says to the guy when he shows him his room, this building, he calls it a building, is in pretty much a freaking research facility. Yeah. It's not his home. He's out there because it's
doing work.
It is, but it's where he lives.
It's classified research.
People's Champ on the chat room says he's basically like Val Kilmer from Real Geniuses.
No.
Man, I don't give him that coolness. I don't. Here's why. He doesn't smile. He doesn't fucking... there's just nothing about
him. He drinks beer all the time. Even the boxing.
Even when he said to him, hey, let's just be bros or whatever.
Mark Zuckerberg's not boxing.
If you fucking Mark Zuckerberg me one more fucking time, I don't give a shit about Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know anything about him.
I know, that's my point.
This motherfucker is a nerdy fucking dude who is getting in shape because there's nothing else to do.
Is it weird that I like Mark Zuckerberg? Why is this such a problem?
My point is, people that are this smart and do this kind of thing are like Mark Zuckerberg, or they're like Bill Gates, or they're like Steve Jobs. They're fucking Asperger's.
Okay, so look,
they have Asperger's.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let's
because that's the only way you can focus this much.
Okay, and this guy doesn't.
Obviously not.
Okay, let's go to the next conversation that happens. Okay, he can't sleep. All right, he's decided that she's fucking amazing. He can't sleep. He turns on the closed circuit TV. Mm-hmm. Don't fucking tell me I'm out of order because I'm not. Turns on the fucking, and then the power goes out. Right. So he decides he's going to go look around or whatever. He sticks the thing in the phone, and the drunk fucking dude sitting in the dark, this cool fucking dude who's so badass, sitting in the dark, who you going to call? Ghostbusters? And then fucking, and he goes, Ghostbusters movie, you know.
Lucy said maybe he's Tom from MySpace.
I'll buy that.
Me too.
I'm not buying that he was a jock at all. I'm not buying that he was a fuck. I'm not buying that he was a cool kid. I'm not buying that he ever even had any friends. If he was writing code at 13 like that, he was like the fucking dude that created the dark web. Fucking weird fucking dude, no friends.
Okay, you're going off of the story. I'm saying the writers are flawed in their character.
They're making him something that like that dude. He could looks never up to, like the second he meets him.
You would always look up to that. If you met Mark Zuckerberg, you would look up to him right now.
He is.
We kicked him off Facebook.
You would, because you'd be like, Jesus Christ, you're the fourth. I'm sorry, forgot about 2 weeks ago. The sixth richest man in the world. You're welcome on that one. I don't know. This is completely off topic. I just disagree. To me, I think he's super antisocial. That's the way that I picked it up with. I think he's too straight-faced. I think he's looking at him for information always more than he is to bro down. He's not fucking looking at this guy to sit and drink beers. If they were looking to
he's definitely manipulating him from the 100%.
beginning. So it's never like that whole, let's just hang out and blah, blah, blah. He's trying to calm him down so he can feel comfortable to have a conversation with
Bill Gates cannot talk like that.
Don't care.
Mark Zuckerberg cannot talk like that. They can't even fake that. They don't get it.
Okay, Mark Zuckerberg's closer than Bill Gates. I watched a Bill Gates interview on Ellen recently. I don't know how the fuck he got on that peppy ass show, but he sucks. Like,
you know who could? Steve Jobs. He could have that conversation.
He was kind of rock starry.
100%.
He also wasn't a programmer.
For the love of God.
He's a marketing guy.
Well,
he didn't write any code.
All Steve did was think of the idea.
Yeah,
Jesus
he was an idea
fucking
man.
Christ. Well, that's
but he's
what
still Asperger.
Well, I've thought of a couple ideas that they fucking stole from me.
If we I think this guy's Aspergery.
I don't think so. My point is, there's a flaw in the writers who are writing this character.
Yeah.
He would not talk like this if he could focus the amount that he would have to focus to do all this stuff, which is way impossible. But
also,
putting that aside,
also
he would have to be way more uncool than he came across.
Also, he doesn't do any work the whole time.
Well, he already did the work.
No, but that's just it. You never stop. If there's, you know what I mean? Like, he would always just be in here. Hold on, let me write this down. This and this, this and this. And we're supposed to believe it's all. It's fucking Post-it notes and shit. Are you kidding me? That's true crime. Get the fuck out of that world.
Mark Zuckerberg doesn't drink. Bill Gates doesn't drink. They don't have time for that. They're fucking hyper focused.
This guy shouldn't drink.
That's my point. He's too cool. He's too laid back. He's too blah, but he's too hippie.
Do you know what's interesting about my life? I would not have even gotten on the helicopter because that shit's scary.
So the girl comes in with breakfast. It's just this fucking, all of a sudden now there's an Asian girl. and you know what I mean? And it's and instantly, you know, I mean, like, let's just everybody
Spoiler.
went, yeah, that's a robot.
Okay,
like all of us.
Yeah,
everybody. Oh my God. Like instantly it was like, that's a fucking robot.
But I always tried not to figure, like I always tried to go with the director and how they want me to think. And they didn't want you to know.
You didn't want to know about that. Yeah, at that point.
You know my name?
Yes.
I'm 26. I work at Nathan's company. Do you know what his company is?
Blue Book. Named after Wittgenstein's notes. It's the world's most popular internet search engine, processing an average of 94% of all internet search requests.
That's exactly right.
Where do you live, Caleb?
Brookhaven, Long Island.
Is it nice there?
It's okay. I got an apartment. It's kind of small. It's very small. But it's a 5-minute walk to the office and a 5-minute walk to the ocean, which I like.
Are you married?
No.
No, she just dives right in.
She kind of looks like
she's already looking for a partner.
She looks like Katy Perry shaved.
She kind of is right now.
Yeah.
Katy Perry doesn't have hair right now.
I have a serious question.
Oh yeah.
What would you rather have? A tiny apartment with a 5-minute walk to work, or a huge house with an hour commute?
Ladder.
How huge is this house?
This size.
Where do I live?
Doesn't really matter.
It does.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does.
Because if it's New York City, I'll take the small apartment.
No. It's an hour commute. Don't worry about how far, but it's an hour commute, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, then Jared already is the ladder because he's an hour from Dallas.
Yeah, but his commute is here. Is upstairs.
Yeah, my commute. My commute.
Or
To be fair, it's to the airport, right? Okay. Would you right or no?
No, your work commute on a regular basis.
Yeah, it is here. Is upstairs.
Is to our table.
No. Hang on.
Listen to me.
Your kids are 5 minutes away, and you're in a tiny apartment. Your kids are an hour away, and you're in a huge house.
We've done both.
Okay, so I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Always wanted to live in New York City, 5-minute walk. But if I lived in New York City and I had kids, hour commute.
Okay. So it's kids are the factor then?
Yeah. Kids, schools.
See, I'm kind of having that problem now because I live alone now. Yeah. I could just go live like across the street from my office right now. Yeah. I just can't do it. I don't know if I'm just... Huh? Yeah, I own.
See, what is that considered? A townhome? Condo?
It's a townhome and I own it. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would... If I were you in your situation,
how long is your commute?
I mean, it's if I leave early, which I do, it's about 40 minutes.
Where do you? Is it downtown?
If it's in regular 9 to 5 traffic, it's an hour, maybe a little bit more.
Dude, there's no way I'd be doing that. No way. And plus, you could. If I were you, I don't know. I don't know. We'd have to talk finances too, like what it is versus. I mean, like,
I think I have a pretty good idea.
Can you make a little bit of money on what you're in right now? Are we done with the whole the ex-wife?
Oh,
thing?
I'm gonna make good money off of it. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. So you would make good money off of it.
Yeah. So you find a place out there that'd be badass and comfortable. But
yeah. And even if you rented for a while or whatever, while you're figuring out what it is you're gonna do,
almost halfway in equity.
So that's just it. It's like, dude, you could go.
So why wouldn't you just find do you work in Dallas?
Actually, no. I'm over half in equity.
Why wouldn't you go that way? Just while
all the way.
All this stuff is up in the air. Like, why not rent a place for a little while?
I think it's just because
I'm in Dallas.
So I work at the Tollway and Northwest Highway. That's my cross.
Okay, all right. Well,
Preston.
Yeah,
Center
so I
area.
do half of that, taking the kids to school every day.
You feasibly couldn't you feasibly just get a freaking apartment and like?
Well, I'm not gonna get an apartment because that's just
not an
money
apartment,
away.
but like an awesome, cool.
Like I could do a condo in
a
a building.
But you could
do that in freaking Frisco or like the new Plano Colony area where all that shit's really cool and still be really
live
close.
in Addison so cheaply though, and just like I know I never wanted to rent either, but if you rented for say like 6 months a year and just rented and just like you were able to walk around to some nightlife and just hang out and just have social interaction.
With who? I don't know
people.
Anyone in Addison.
That's what I'm saying. There's just people there.
Yeah.
It's Addison. You just walk out your building.
Stuck. And this is an actual thing that I wrestle in my head all the time. I'm like I'm Mr. Dad. I live in the suburbs, and all my friends are married with kids in the suburbs, and that's just my life.
But your kids are grown, dude.
But I'm single. And my kids are not in the house.
Yep.
Why am I out here?
I agree.
Because it's nice and it feels nice to be in a nice place.
It's comfort. It's a comfort level. It totally is.
It's a nice place. If you were to date, it's cool to bring them back there. It looks like you got your shit together. All that.
I think the zebra pillow's questionable, but everything else is cool.
Dude, fuck all that. Take the money. If you invest that money with all the other shit that is happening in your life right now, go rent an apartment. Like in the thickest
I'm not going to rent. I would buy a condo.
Okay, so you go buy a condo.
Well, he meant just to try it out for a while.
I'm just saying, because I think you may want to move back. I'm saying that
if I settle down with someone else.
That's what I'm saying. It's
sure.
like, don't go buy is what I'm saying. Like, why not go rent for a year and see like what you just said? Like, you're single.
Well,
so
if I left, I would just rent it out, make money off of it.
All right. Okay. But I do think you're right, man. I think that's crazy. Fucking move 5 minutes from work.
Yeah. Come out to the country where I'm at.
P.S. Addison is dope. It's so cool now. And like that's where Coulter and Ezekiel were living and shit. And oh my God, like those dudes were like walking out their door every day, and there's a coffee shop you go to. You see the same people every day.
They found their own little bar, and
every time I date, I'm like, okay, this girl could be the one, and if it is, why would I want to be living? I would want to be living where married people live.
I think actually, if you move down there, you might not do that all the time because you really are guilty.
True,
you really are guilty of that.
Plus, living where married people live is totally different because if you find somebody that also had children that were out of the house or non or whatever,
right.
It wouldn't be a family area. You'd have somewhere like we don't have our own badass life with some nightlife and fun stuff. And
also, you could and let me back up a smidge. There's other things that you could do. You could just be more social.
Yeah.
In the environment that you're in. But that's up to you. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be Rich was on Tinder, so you could keep building that equity, and you can come to trivia night, and you could do things, and you could do all those things. But again, I get it. Like walking into those situations, being the fucking 45-year-old single guy is not always the best opportunity.
I just went to Jessica's birthday party Saturday night, and I was the only single guy there.
Right.
And
yeah.
Everyone else was married and stuff, and I don't know. It just was like,
I'll tell you something about going to.
So if you move to an area, you're going to be in an area where there are more single
singles.
people.
But also, if you keep going to shit like that, people break up all the time. So you can scout, like, you can be like, just Facebook friend their fucking wives or their fucking girlfriends and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There was some hot wives there.
And then you're like, I know they're going to get divorced. And then you just sit there. Then you just pick up the pieces, Rich. Mm-hmm. Now, I think that's an interesting thing. I mean, again, for me, it's kids. It's if Casey and I didn't have children, I mean, I would not want to live where we live. There's no reason to.
Right.
There really isn't. I mean, we would.
Where would you live?
In the thick of shit. I mean, I don't know. If we were staying in Texas, yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Or Austin.
Probably Austin, actually.
Don't move because this drive's already crazy enough.
But but I mean, I don't know if it was like, hey, let me go work my ass off for 5 years and then let's retire to the lake would be Nashville.
Yeah, we always said we're gonna be like white trash lake people.
Yeah. I mean, if I went to LA and if I really, really focused and just did voice shit and writing songs and stuff,
okay.
in 5-10 years I could retire and that'd be that. But, you know, I'd take a pay cut to live here because I don't get hired because I fucking live here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to live in LA for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
yeah, at a time. So she would go a week and a half on a week. I'm just kidding. Anyway, it is what it is. I do, but I think you ought to fucking think about. Couldn't you just rent your place out now?
I could,
and then continue to pay, and you could probably charge more than the mortgage, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you could actually make money on that and go down and...
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Good thinking. 5-minute walk to the office sounds pretty fucking good, dude. That's what I'm saying. I love when we get into real life shit on this podcast.
Now I just want a tiny apartment in New York City. Let's do it.
Right? Yeah, me too.
Let's timeshare.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You're wrong.
Wrong about what?
Nathan.
In what way?
He isn't your friend.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. Ava, I don't understand.
You shouldn't trust him. You shouldn't trust anything he says.
Power restored.
Man, one of the cool things about watching these things twice and then seeing clips or whatever is now that all makes sense. So that when the power goes out, the camera goes straight down, and knowing what you know now that happens later, he really couldn't hear them.
Right.
Or see them right now. Now, you assume that he's watching the whole thing just by his actions and by him saying, oh, yeah, she's got you figured out, yada, yada.
What were you thinking about her and Nathan at this point? Were you thinking, like, who did you think was the protagonist? Who was the bad guy?
I 100%.
Or the antagonist.
I thought 100% that Nathan was the bad guy the entire movie.
Yeah, but I definitely thought he could hear them still the whole time. I never...
Until just now, I thought he could hear him the whole time. And even after we find out later, well, fuck it. I
thought this was like a setup. Like,
you
like
thought
said,
it was a trick.
It was a setup.
See what he would do if the cameras weren't on him, like he said later.
Yeah, because here's
He's
the
a research study.
Yeah,
like, you're a lab rat.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the shit. Like, oh, you can tell me you thought she was fake, but she just fucking convinced you that I'm evil, and that, so obviously there's something going on there.
So did you believe her?
Here...
You didn't think she was evil at all? You thought she was
not
the good...
Here... Okay, so here I did not believe her at all, nor did I believe him. At this point, I'm still trying to figure out if she's like a puppet.
Okay.
That kind of thing. If I'm trying to
she's part of the ruse with him.
I don't know. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what it is he's trying to manipulate this kid into.
So the good part, what I'm hearing, is that it was churning your brain at this point. You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Absolutely. And I had definitely I knew that there would be some sort of like weird thing in between the two of them, that would be secret.
Mm-hmm.
The point here is I'm trying to figure out, okay, is he part of it or is he not, kind of thing. But he does keep talking about these power outages or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She has that much control, but to never mention that to him, it's a lot. There he is.
This dude's vibe is weird, man.
He's coming in. He's coming in with the hair.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Jared.
Hey, Jared. Hi, Jared. How's everybody?
Everybody's good here. It's just for the love of God with that dog. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I think it's my voice. I think every time that dog fucking hates mice is what the problem is.
I was gonna say
that's what the problem is. All right, guys, let's get straight into this. Let's talk about the movie El Machina. What is it? Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
In what language is China? Kina?
It's Latin.
No. Ex Machina? No fucking way. Latin is a Romance language, and cha is cha, and then it's the E sound, so it'd be China. It would be Machina.
Okay.
So this movie from now on is called Ex Machina.
Okay.
Means it used to be a machine. And now it's not because it came to life in real life. I watched the fucking movie. That's what happened. Okay, don't dispute me. I know you didn't tell me to pay attention to this one. You told me to pay attention last week. It fucking carried over. Okay, good, so good. I paid attention.
Good job.
All right, guys. In the movie Ex Machina, how many characters are there actually in the movie? Is it 2, 3, or 4? How many characters are actually in the movie? I don't mean like anybody at the beginning or anybody at the end. I mean like main characters.
The meat
of the movie. Is it 2, 3, or is it? Now, if she barks during choices, that's your fucking answer, Jared. Okay, is it 2, 3, or 4? Sorry, dude.
He's just tiny.
I know, he's just awesome. All right, are y'all both writing down?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to Wendy first. Wendy, what is your answer? She went with 3. Jared?
4.
He went with 4. I'm sorry, the answer is 4. Yeah, I don't think you got too far into it, Wendy. There was a minor character that eventually got her tits cut off. All right,
let's just put this out there that I'm probably just going to lose this round because I think I watched about 25 minutes.
You never know.
Today.
Lucy did not even turn the movie on the other day and won the bonus question. And who she was against, whoever it was.
It was Woody.
She wiped them out, and he got every question right, I think. Yeah. So don't you fret, young lady. Don't you fret.
Did you just call me young lady?
I did.
I'll throw you a bone for the bonus question.
Bonus points for Jared.
That's right. Well, and then Rich is over here saying that he's going to throw you a bone. So
for the bonus question.
For the bonus question. There you go. All right, let's go to question number 2. Question number 2, of course, about the movie Ex Machina. Ex Machina.
Machina.
Machina. How you want to say it?
Ex Machina. This is a very difficult question. In the movie Ex Machina, our main character, the guy who I believe his name is Corbin. Is that correct? Corbin? We're going to call him Corbin, our main character. At one point...
Michael Corbin?
Not even anybody that's listening to this watched the movie. That's how fucking on a desert island I am right now. Just out here, no lifeboat. You're talking
His
Michael
name is Caleb.
Corbin and shit.
Caleb.
All right, Caleb. In the movie Ex Machina, our main character Caleb does what to test to see if even he might be a robot? Does he A, pull out a tooth, B, slit his forearm, or does he C, cut off a toe? Does he remove a tooth, slit his forearm, or cut off a toe? All right, let's go to Jared Spear first. Jared Spear, what was it? He says it was B, slitting his forearm. Wendy?
I just went with B. It was a guess.
B, and they both got it right. All right, we got a 2-1 lead right now. Jared Spear, who did watch the movie recently. Wendy, who fell asleep at work. All right, going into question number 3. In the movie, Ex Machina goes to Los Angeles. Well, I'm just going to change it every time, even if I'm repeating myself. What kind of vehicle takes our main character to the island? What kind of vehicle takes him to the island? I'm going to go ahead and not give you multiple choice on this one, because I think that even you could narrow it down to 2 or 3 on your own, because it took him to a fucking island. All right, Wendy, you're up first. Helicopter. Jared.
Helicopter.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. It's a helicopter, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. I'm softballing it as best as I can, Wendy. Softballing it as best I can. All right, guys. In the movie Ex Machina, I really don't know how to fucking say the movie. Ex Machina? Machina. Ex Machina. In the movie Ex Machina, all right. In the movie Ex Machina, the CEO, his favorite drink of choice is what? Is it beer, wine, vodka, scotch, or all of the above? Is it beer, wine, vodka, scotch, or all of the above? Let's go to Wendy first. Wendy, what did you say?
I'm going with beer.
You went with beer. Jared Spear?
I went with all.
Have another one, you lush. It's all of the above. That's right. Very good. I thought that was a softball.
Wait, who got it right?
Jared Spear got that one correct. Correct, yeah. He was always drinking something else. So it was like every time that you saw him and he was hammered, he was drinking. A lot of times he would slow down the evening with a beer, but he starts off like wine and shit like that. It is 4-2, guys. This is the last question from me about the movie El Machina, El Machina, Ex Machina, El McPherson. And on this, the 5th question, I will ask you this. In this particular movie that we watched for this podcast, let me think about this. I got it. Okay. What? Oh, here we go. This is tough. In the movie El Mexicano, could he or could he not fuck Ava? Could he or could he not fuck her? All right, Jared Spear, what'd you say?
He could. That was a graphic description.
Wendy, what did you say?
I said could not.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. He could. It was actually a very, very big part of the movie when he learned how that was possible. It is 5-2, and we're going into Rich's bonus question. Take it away, Rich.
Thanks for the segue. Bonus question. In the movie Ex Machina, Nathan explains that Ava has an opening between her legs and can feel pleasure if you touch it in the right way. What are we all hoping will be included in version 2?
Jared can have the win.
I don't know. I don't even want to answer that.
All right. What were you? Neither one of them want to answer it.
A bobo.
Yeah, I was gonna say a butthole, right?
Yeah, a butt.
All right, guys, here we go. Do we have a super hard bonus question? All right. Wendy, you're gonna get asked a super hard question from Silent Sean. If you get it right, you win. If you miss it, you lose. And it's been a horribly embarrassing day for you. Because
you have no idea.
Well, I wouldn't say that you got swept. No, it's not that bad.
Happy birthday, Scott Wilson. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Scott Wilson. All right, here we go. Wendy, here it comes.
In the 2015 movie, Eczema. What does the title of the movie translate to?
I don't know. I've never heard of that either. So
break it down, Win. Break it down.
Yeah. So look at it and know that it's Latin or German, if you ask me.
Did you say eczema? Is that what he said?
Yes.
He's talking about this movie that we're talking about.
Is that what he said?
Ex Machina.
That's what he said.
Ex Machina is spelled EX Machina.
Well, technically, the movie derives from the Dos Ex Machina, and that's what I'm actually asking.
Okay.
Give up?
Yeah, she gives up.
Yep.
A god from the machine.
A god from the machine. All right. Well, unfortunately, you did not win today, Wendy. Jared Spear is going to take this one home. And you know what? Sometimes...
And rightfully so. He watched
It's about time, geez.
Sometimes the kid needs a win. You know, sometimes the kid needs a win. Thank you both for taking time out of your Monday evening. We love you both. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And hopefully we'll see you
Friday, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we shall see you then. Y'all be safe.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Did it get on you?
No, it's all right. I got it.
Dude, you're wasting your time talking to her. She doesn't understand English. Just give her the napkin.
Sorry.
It's like a firewall against leaks. It means I can talk trade secrets over dinner and know it'll go no further. But it also means that I can't tell her that I'm pissed when she's so fucking clumsy that she spills wine over my house guest.
I think she gets that you're pissed.
Yeah? Good, because I am pissed. Hey, Kyoko. Go. It's funny. You know, no matter how rich you get, shit goes wrong. You can't insulate yourself from it.
All right, so you already knew she was a robot.
100%. I knew that chick was a robot right away. And even here, I picked up on where he says she can't speak English or whatever. Like, and I think that they try to fool you by making her Asian.
They obviously don't want you to think that she's a robot right here.
Correct. But I 100%.
But there is a little hint because she goes and turns around in that little room and then just puts her head down.
Right.
She isn't like going anywhere.
Exactly.
She's like hibernating.
Oh, and everything that she does is calculated. I mean, when she's waiting for him at night, she's just sitting there on the bed with her vagina out. You know? Right. Just right there.
All right. So is he being a dick here?
Who?
The Nathan guy.
Yes.
The head. He is doing anything? Okay, because look at it this way. He's obviously, when you look at it as she's a human being, he's a complete asshole. He's a rude son of a bitch.
Right, if she's not.
But however, if she's a robot that he programmed and she didn't behave the way he expected her to behave because of the way he programmed her, he's frustrated at the fact that my fucking creation is not working like I fucking wanted it to work, god damn it.
He already knows that these robots have emotions. Like, correct? Like, you know that. You find that out later. He knows that.
But like you said, it's not life.
But if I made an invention and it fucking spilt a glass of wine on you, I wouldn't be like, father fucking robot. I'd be like, God damn it, I'm so sorry. I would be the asshole, not the fucking
fantastic point of the scene. So it's almost like he backed off on this one and like didn't give her that like emotion to understand that he was yelling at her or whatever. It's a really good point to say, is he being a dick? Of course he's being a dick if you think this is his Asian servant,
right,
or whatever. And obviously this is where our other character is going, like, dude, you're being a fucking dick. But if this is some robot that he's built that just fucked up,
and that he programmed to not spill.
Do that, then he's kind of not. I mean, like, I yell at Dixie all the time.
Right.
You did not vacuum under the goddamn couch.
Exactly.
Dixie
Are you a
the
dick?
Roomba.
Are you a dick?
Does that make me a dick? No,
exactly.
it doesn't. No,
exactly.
It doesn't make me a dick.
Yeah. So, I mean, I thought that scene was awesome. The way they have that sort of teetering. He's an asshole, but then she's a robot that's not behaving like he's programmed her. It's his creation. Fuck, she's not doing what I wanted her to be able to do. He's
almost trying. It's almost like he's working harder to get this one, like the one that's more subordinate and dumber and can't understand English or whatever. It's just like, this one's got a lot of flaws. I'm trying to really get that,
Yeah.
The other one we have to keep.
It's embarrassing. I didn't do a good job on this
The one that can do all this shit is locked in a room because I'm terrified of her. But either way you look at it, it's good. So Nathan cannot figure out the power outages.
Right.
Obviously, that's going to be a thing. I like the conversation. How was your day? And he's just like, well, you saw how my day went. And then he just flat out asked him, just like, what went on when the power went out, Mm-hmm. And then this motherfucker lies to him early on, See, I thought to myself this. Why not just be truthful? I mean, why are you there? At this point, it's like, I'm going to just participate in the study. But he's already falling for this goddamn robot.
It's been 2 days.
It's been 2 days. Two fucking 10-minute meetings. And he's already in love with enough to fucking lie to the CEO of his company.
He said that, like, the guy clearly had manipulated all of his search histories, faces he finds appealing, behaviors he thinks are appealing, the fact that he's an only child, the fact that he has no family, both of his parents are dead.
Oh, man.
She's tuning in to, like, nobody's fucking asked him how he's doing in a long time. You know what I mean?
Like, no, you're exactly right. Well, then,
Me either.
How you doing, Rich?
I'm all right.
And then we find out, I mean, you're so right. I mean, when one of the brilliant lines, I realize obviously this is further on, but what she's leading to, where he's like, did you make her face based on my porn history or whatever?
It's like it all started
he had
flashing back to him.
Literally like made him the perfect girl,
right.
So, but dude, it's beyond that because he's watching this girl sleep and shit, and then we see that the Asian girl is sad. She just sits in the hallway.
Does she ever not look sad though?
She just looks sad all the time. But
all the time.
Sometimes she just sits in the hallway, just sad. Like,
is she sad or is she just sitting in the hallway?
I know, but why not
programmed to do anything else?
I know, but why not just program her to be happy? Like, hey, let me get that for you.
She's programmed to be happy when music turns on.
In my opinion, we find out later that one Asian lady that he created that was like losing her shit, like, let me the fuck out of here. That one was probably programmed to have happiness. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that one was happy and wanted more in life and then wanted the fuck out of there.
That's what I'm saying though. I keep saying that. Like, I think he's trying to dumb that one down.
That's just for his
his sex slave.
Servant.
It's a companion.
Yeah.
It's a companion.
No, it's like those weird sex.
It's a companion.
Sex dolls that you can get from a different country.
Real doll.
Yeah, they're like getting more and more, and now they have like eyes that move and.
Dude,
it's getting fucking weird.
The only thing that I know about those is on Howard Stern or whatever. But apparently,
I've seen like full documentaries. And, like, I saw a thing, like, it wasn't like even graphic. It wasn't even pornographic. It was this woman doing the documentary, and she like full on just like tried out one of the male ones. And
you can see it on the Pornhub.
I know that site.
If you knew the trouble I had getting an AI to read and duplicate facial expressions, you know how I cracked it?
I don't know how you did any of this.
Every cell phone, just about, has a microphone, camera, and a means to transmit data. So I turned on every microphone and camera across the entire fucking planet, and I redirected the data through Blue Book. Boom. Limitless resource of vocal and facial interaction.
You hacked the world's cell phones?
Yeah, and all the manufacturers knew I was doing it too. But they couldn't accuse me without admitting they were doing it themselves. Here, we have her mind.
See, he is the little tiny fucker, this Poe.
Yeah.
I like to think that's what my brain looks like.
Just little
Just like-
crystal thing that you can just hold in your
Just
hand.
a sparkly goo ball.
It's definitely not
like a boob job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, dude, this is real life. I mean, we talk about this a lot on the podcast. We talk about how everybody's listening and our microphones on our... You said it to me the other day. You're just like, the thing isn't turned on by hearing the word Alexa. It's literally sitting there just listening the whole time for you to say it.
Here's the good news.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking dumb. You say something, they can serve you an ad. It pretty much doesn't go past that. Like all of this stuff that this guy is talking about, no way this can happen. And as a matter of fact, this one guy can't do 1% of any of this. You would need teams of hundreds of people for decades to do what he's proposedly doing
now.
Even now, yeah.
Yeah.
Proposedly done by himself in a lab. I mean,
still
creating
maintain.
the physical body is an art form.
Well, just the fact that
He'd
it
have
has...
to be a great artist.
Yeah, they can't even
Just
do
the
that
facts
with
that-
the sex doll things.
Well, actually, to your points, the hardest things, it has the most human. Hands and feet.
Yeah.
Those are the hardest things to replicate on the body.
no, the hardest one are the eyes, always.
Well, the biochemistry of the brain
Okay,
part.
done. Still, her hands and
biochemistry-
feet, even her feet, like walking across the floor.
Biochemistry is nothing like computer programming. It's completely different. There's no way he could do all of this. I mean, that was the most ludicrous part about the movie was him doing this all by himself.
Right.
Was silly.
Well, we don't know that he did it all by himself. Obviously, he knows what a
Okay, maybe he farmed out some things and then they shipped it to him or
there
something.
could be a
maybe.
whole nother
Okay.
fucking thing. There could
All
be a
right.
whole nother staff. I mean, the guy owns the biggest. He could literally have thousands and thousands of employees that are working on this that have a.
The implication is he's in there doing it by himself. But
Right.
yes, yeah, he probably could have farmed out the brain to someone else. But
Sure.
I mean, but if you're doing that, someone would know that all of
But
this
they
stuff.
have to sign these forms.
No, that doesn't.
I've
fucking
signed
matter.
I've signed these forms for Disney. I don't talk about what I do.
Yeah,
Ever.
I'm just saying, leaks happen.
Well,
Have you seen the Trump White House?
stop it. Stop trying to get me to talk about
okay,
the
sorry.
fucking Trump presidency.
My bad.
My bad.
My bad.
Are you attracted to me?
What?
Are you attracted to me? You give me indications that you are.
I do?
Yes.
How?
Micro-expressions.
Micro-expressions.
The way your eyes fix on my eyes and lips.
Not gonna talk to me like that in my bar.
The way I hold my gaze. Or don't. Do you think about me when we aren't together? Sometimes at night. I'm wondering if you're watching me on the cameras.
Oops.
And I hope you are.
Well, he is definitely doing that.
He's definitely a pedophile, but it's totally entrapment on
I
this.
don't, that doesn't make him a pedophile.
She's 12 years old looking. I mean, she does not look like
Well,
a
she
woman.
just put on the
Stop
little
it.
wig. When she put on the other outfit, she was fine.
He built
Well, she
this
has- she
robot
has
to
only
look
one.
like the girl that he's attracted to. She looks 12 years old.
So at this conversation is basically like this. This is what just happened. It's like the most popular girl in school has a little brother. That little brother has a friend who is the dorkiest band geek in school and basically had a sleepover. And he told his friend all of the shit that he thinks about this girl, right? Like how he loves her, this thing and this, and how he'd want to do all this stuff to her. And then here's what happened. Then they sat across the room from each other And the most popular girl in school just fucking said the shit back to the kid.
Yeah, and you know what happens after that?
That's this scene.
Yes, and you know what happens directly after that scene in that high school movie?
Usually he gets his huge cock out and...
I said high school movie.
Oh, sorry.
No. After that whole entire thing happens, he gets beat up by a bunch of jocks because it's a total setup. Like, I would not answer that. I'd be like, hey, fuck off. Like, this guy's totally trying to get me to admit that I'm in love with a robot from a camera right now.
You're right.
Well, she totally fails the intelligence test by picking that wig. She had a bunch of nice wigs. She picked that wig?
Well, she went with like the short, from your standpoint, because it has to have length. You're like a chick.
Well, she
it's
had
not even a pixie cut.
No, but she had like a whole wall. Remember, she had like a picture of Twiggy and stuff. Like, she was going for a
I
look.
know. Well, we find out that she can fuck.
Yeah, we do find that.
And
Wait a minute. I just realized it's going to get weird here in a little bit.
You just realized
Just
that?
now realized that?
When we go over to Rich.
I've been thinking about that this whole time.
I just thought about that.
All right.
And it's the scene.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
Alicia Vikander. And I have to do it in the movie because you always say I have to do it from the movie. So here we go. Hair 0 because she doesn't have any. Eyes 8. Nose 7. Mouth 8. Face overall 8. Arms 0 because she doesn't have any. Boobs 5. They look a little rubbery, but I was okay with them. You know what I mean? Waist 11.
You
Because she doesn't have any.
One. Yeah. Dude.
What a dick.
Ass 9. Again, a little rubbery, but I'm fine with it. Leg 0 because she doesn't have any. Overall 8. That gives her a total of 5.2.
Oh.
You know this guy, right?
Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock, that's right, the drip painter. Okay, he let his mind go blank and his hand go where it wanted. Not deliberate, not random, someplace in between. They called it automatic art. Let's make this like Star Trek, okay? Engage intellect.
Excuse me?
I'm Kirk, your head's the warp drive. Engage intellect. What if Pollock had reversed the challenge? What if instead of making art without thinking, he said, you know what? I can't paint anything unless I know exactly why I'm doing it. What would have happened?
He never would have made a single mark.
Yes, you see, there's my guy. There's my buddy who thinks before he opens his mouth. He never would have made a single mark.
Here's what's fucked
He
up.
also fucking died drunk in a car accident, so who fucking knows what Jackson Pollock was thinking.
Here's the thing, but this Poe, he's 5'9". He's my height. So the other guy has got to be. The other guy's got to be super tall.
Yeah, he is. The other guy is tall. All right, Casey, let's talk about Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
What's your opinion on that style and just the whole Jackson Pollock?
I don't know. I get it. I mean, I get that he was like one of the first movements of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I mean, is a white canvas with a red dot in the middle, is that art?
Depends on your meaning behind it. I mean, anything could be hard if it means something to you. It depends on what it's supposed to be. But I don't know. He was part of the abstract expressionist movement, and it was a whole thing, and people had never seen anything about it, and it was like almost like a premeditated chaos. Like you could tell that there was reasons for some of the shit that he did. He didn't just drip fucking paint everywhere.
Yeah, I actually like several of his, like really like.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He has a really interesting balance of like color and contrast and blacks and grays and then fucking yellow and red. And I mean,
but like if somebody did that today,
people do it all the time.
But it wouldn't be. They would never rise to Jackson Pollock status.
We won't really ever have a painter like that.
Here's
again,
the thing:
right?
it's like if I'm in a museum, it doesn't matter if it's across the room. I can tell it's a Jackson Pollock just because of the way that he did things.
Shit.
Why did you make Ava?
That's an odd question. Wouldn't you if you could?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm asking why you did it.
Look, the arrival of strong artificial intelligence has been inevitable for decades. The variable was when, not if, so I don't see Ava as a decision, just an evolution. I think it's the next model. It's going to be the real breakthrough. The singularity.
Next model.
after Ava.
I didn't know there was going to be a model after Ava.
Yeah, well, you thought she was a one-off?
No, I knew
Ava.
there must have been prototypes, so I knew she wasn't the first, but I thought maybe the last.
Well, Ava doesn't exist in isolation any more than you and me. She's part of a continuum, so version 9.6 and so on, and each time they get a little bit better.
Yeah, and also, you didn't think there was going to be a better one? Even if she's the best one ever, they're going to make a better one.
And they're going to make another one. They're going to put them on a fucking conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And then make maids for everybody.
100%.
Yeah, why doesn't that guy just go like...
Sex dolls.
Cool, can I meet the next one?
I honestly thought
can I get my own?
I thought the whole thing was going to be like, it's like, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do with that one? Can I take that
just
one?
take this one?
Yeah, can I just,
exactly. Yeah, can I just take it with me? Well, the trap is set. He never wanted him to come here and be bros. He wanted this to happen.
No, of course he didn't want to be
so
bros.
So this goes back to it goes back to the whole conversation where you were just like,
don't say Mark Zuckerberg.
This guy's so kick-ass. He's like, come on, let's just be homies.
No, it's his personality isn't Asperger.
So he gets this motherfucker. I mean, this guy gets drunk, and this guy knows that he gets drunk, right?
Right.
Passes out. He steals this key card. Then he finds all this footage of all these other chicks, right?
Right.
Now,
and one who is clearly in distress.
Right. And now it would seem super rapey, but they're robots.
But they are self-aware.
Okay.
Are they self-aware? Or are they programmed to seem like they're self-aware?
I don't think that one that he was trying to do it to that's screaming, let me the fuck out of here until her arms fall off was not self-aware.
That was fucking
But
weird,
what if he
actually
programmed her to want to be free, but she had no idea what that meant? She was just acting upon her programming.
Okay, don't get all rapey with
Here's
robots,
what happened,
Rich.
though, is that he steals the key card. He goes in there. He finds the footage of the chicks. Now, when he starts writing code and stuff to get into all this stuff and get it, did you get a computer boner?
No.
Okay.
You think he was just trying to figure out how to make his top 8 look like it only had 4 people?
Then he stumbles into his room and he finds the naked Japanese girl. Or, I'm sorry, she's not Japanese.
Yes, she is.
Naked Asian girl who is just chilling, waiting on, what's-his-face to get back in there, right? And then she starts peeling off her skin, right?
Ooh.
To show him that,
right.
Hey, I'm a robot.
And so then he discovers all the other things. Great move by him, finding drunk what's-his-face and going, dude, you dropped this, and here you go.
Right.
Bad move, thinking, I'm sure I'm not on video
Yeah, he
anywhere.
just watched all the videos of him in his own room,
Right.
the other guy in his own room. Why do you not think you're not going to be seen?
And then we find out he is definitely not a robot. Because
I wondered for a little
slices
bit.
a hole in his fucking arm.
Okay, but
I never thought of that.
I wondered from the very beginning when he says he pretty much says if you don't know the difference that you're talking to a robot or a human, in my head I'm like, ooh, is that going to be one of those
Right,
things?
because he doesn't have any parents.
Well,
and a
fucking Sixth
girlfriend.
Sense thing. He's
Didn't
the
we
dead guy.
see
He's a
early
robot.
on that he has these scars up his back?
I didn't see that.
see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't see that? He had these 2 giant.
Oh, it's because he was
he was in the car
wreck. Yeah,
yeah, but still,
No, I missed
it
that.
made me think. Oh, maybe he's
Wait, which guy?
the nerd guy.
Redheaded guy.
Yeah,
He has 2
They're both
giant
nerds.
scars on his back like elves.
I think they definitely were supposed to make you wonder that for a second.
I never thought he was a robot ever. I just thought the whole thing ever. I mean,
Of course, the second he starts slashing his arm open, Everett comes out. It's like, Mommy, I'm done with now. And I'm like, let's go. I'm yelling at him. At the same time, my mom walks in the front door with my niece to bring her over to hang out, and I'm still yelling at him. I'm like, Everett, just get in your room.
the dogs are switching places. We can't find the remote.
And my mom's looking like I'm crazy because I'm screaming at our kid, but I'm really just trying. I can't get the remote and I can't pause it, and it's just there's blood everywhere. So I didn't want to freak him out because he will wake up at 3 a.m. and be like, I can't sleep because that blood thing. He's like that.
Right.
It was kind of hectic.
Don't talk. Just listen. You were right about Nathan. Everything you said.
What's he gonna do to me?
He's gonna reprogram your AI, which is the same as killing you.
Caleb, you have to help me.
I'm going to. We're getting out of here tonight. I get Nathan blind drunk. Then I take his key card and reprogram all the security protocols in this place. When he wakes, he's locked inside and we've walked out of here. I just need you to do one thing. At 10 o'clock tonight, you trigger
This was the worst idea of all time. Never just say your plan.
But he did it on purpose.
Again, yes.
He fucked up because he was saying it to the wrong person.
He did fucked up. But
I told her what he was doing. He should have said, "Hey, at 10, do this," and that's it.
Then he's like, just, you know what? I'm going to get this guy drunk, and he gets like, let's have a drink, and the guy's just like, you know what? I've been overdoing it. I'm on the wagon. Fuck it. You go ahead. You know.
So if he really wanted to save her, in my opinion, just let the guy get blackout drunk like he always does. Take his key card, go to her, and go power surge now. Let's do this. Get the fuck out of there.
No, because power surge. Oh, because he'd already reprogrammed all the doors.
He did it a day before.
He doesn't have to tell her.
Yeah,
you're right. Didn't need to tell her. But I guess he did this on purpose.
He's beta mailing her. He's trying to win her over. Look what I did for you.
Right.
Well, he could have done that out the door in a helicopter.
That's true. Yeah.
Again, he's beta mailing her. He's trying to win her over by saying, "Oh, I've done this for you," instead of just alpha mailing her and going, "Let's get out of here," so grabbing her by the hair and dragging her out.
Did she or did she not pass the test? She did pass, he says. And then
yeah, she did.
And then he just lays it on him, just like, oh.
So she was really concerned about at least she was making him feel like she was going to die by doing the rebuild or whatever. You know, am I going to retain my memories and that's essentially I'm going to die. And it makes and this, I was so caught up and fascinated by this. It makes Nathan seem like the bad guy because he's gonna kill her, right?
Right.
But think about it from Nathan's point of view.
Yeah.
He's creating probably hundreds of these.
Right.
And he's this didn't work. This isn't how I want it. Let me start over. Let me do it. It's not like he just created this perfect being and now he's gonna kill her. He's been creating and killing, creating and killing, creating and killing. So to him, it's the frog in the water.
Well, the
water doesn't seem like it's boiling.
Reprogramming.
The water doesn't seem like it's boiling because I've been in the water this whole time now. So it's not like he feels like he's killing these people because he's been creating, killing, creating, killing, creating, killing. She's just another one in the line of succession of creations and destructions that he's been doing to get to this ultimate goal.
Even at this point, we think that he's this insane manipulator where he's like, oh, you know, does she like you or not? Or is she just pretending to like you? And then, of course, he knows that he sliced his wrist, so he's watching him the whole time. Then he puts the battery-operated camera.
Right.
And my favorite line, though, of all of this is when he's there with Ava. Nathan is there, and she just goes, "Is it strange to have made something that hates you?" And I was just like, oh, fuck.
Well, parents do that every day.
There you go, you know? So he plants the camera in the room.
It's funny, but it hurts.
Oh, Jesus. What a big night. We're having a big night.
Ava was a rat in a maze, and I gave her one way out. To escape, she'd have to use self-awareness, imagination, manipulation, sexuality, empathy, and she did. Now, if that isn't true AI, what the fuck is?
So my only function was to be someone she could use to escape.
Yeah.
And you didn't select me because I'm good at coding.
No. Well, no. I mean, you're okay. You're even pretty good, but...
You selected me based on my search engine inputs.
They showed a good kid.
With no family.
With a moral compass.
No girlfriend. Did you design Ava's face based on my pornography profile?
Oh, shit, dude.
Did you?
Hey, if a search engine's good for anything, right?
I got a question. Can you imagine if Nathan used Jared Reddick to do the Turing test for him?
I thought about it the second that they said that line.
Ava would be an old methy
lady
with saggy tits, and then you'd come to interview her, and she goes, "I'm sorry, do you know any black guys?"
It's not really the methy thing. Like, I'm not really into the methy thing anymore.
Oh, okay. Now
anymore.
Yeah, but it would go off the history.
It'd still be like a whole.
It's more like voluptuous now, and I don't really care about the BBCs anymore.
Yeah, Jared had a fun time. We had very like 4 super graphic porn channels.
This is a good joke though.
In our hotel.
So you would
and like we've already we'd already like looked at it and been like ha ha ha, right? So it's not like I was like worried,
Right.
So I would always fall asleep before him, but wake up before him, like always. Like I wake up early and freaking order breakfast to the room by myself or do whatever, or whichever. So I woke up in the morning and
she's still getting up in the morning
and turn on the TV every time for background noise. And so he thought it was funny every night before bed to turn it to that channel and then turn it off. So whenever so it'd be like 8:30 in the morning. I turn it on and be like, "That is really aggressive. What are you doing to her face?" Like,
I swear to God, I would not even be watching.
Well, I wouldn't be.
But I would
at first because he woke up. I go, "Did you watch some fun movies last night?" And he starts laughing, and he'd admit it because we were close. And he just goes,
"Oh, dude, I would tell you if I was watching."
And he goes, "I knew you were going to turn that on in the morning." And I was just like, Jesus Christ! I just wanted to watch Big Bang Theory, and I was like watching Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Exactly. Wait. Okay. Sorry, guys.
He Big Banged her face.
Let me ask you something. Now, how is this plan gonna go anyway? Because you didn't totally explain. So you're gonna get me drunk, steal my key card, and reprogram the security protocols, but reprogram them to what?
To change the lockdown procedure. So that in the event of a power cut, instead of sealing, the doors all opened.
Huh. Yeah. Well, that may have just worked.
Well, we'll find out.
What do you mean?
Say what?
I figured you were probably watching us during the power cuts. So I already did all those things when I got you drunk yesterday.
So here's the thing. At this point, wouldn't you just be like, all right, you're just being smart and shit? And because really, he's not this villainous fucking guy. He's doing an experiment. He obviously did it at this guy's expense.
Yeah, it's like you expect him to be murdery, and he's really not.
He's not. No, and in fact, he's really not even that in the wrong. The guy agreed to come there, do this experiment, be a part of this whole thing.
Yeah, everyone knows that guy's there. It's not a secret where he is.
Here we are,
This is the first sign of intelligence from this Caleb guy.
No, but the thing is when he got him drunk, that's what I thought. And he went there and he was looking at those videos. And he started writing code and shit. It was obvious he was doing more than looking at those videos. He was doing things in paragraphs and shit. That's what I asked you if you had a computer boner.
No, I did not.
Do you get computer boners sometimes though?
No, not really.
I don't mean when you're right. I mean when you're looking at other stuff.
No.
Okay,
Big Bang
so
Theory.
Wait, I missed that. What don't you get?
He doesn't.
I'm not gonna say.
Apparently, he can't get boners.
Stop. Ava, I said stop. Whoa. I told you to do it. Stop. I'm taking you back.
Yikes. There's no way that dude's 5'9".
They all lie on that stuff. Yeah. So I had to show the stabbing part because did you see the stabbing coming? This is the end of the movie. It's just
for sure. They showed that she had a knife.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if it was a split second, so you had to be paying attention. But yeah,
I
didn't see it coming. Oh, and then she gets it in the front.
That's one of those knives that can cut a penny.
But then she twists it. She sticks it in and she just twists it, and then she just stares at it.
Best scene ever. This coming up right here is so amazingly awesome acting. Watch.
Well, I saw this at the movies.
Hang on.
I mean, earlier today on my couch.
When Jarrett went to the movies.
Yeah.
He's like, okay,
Oh, fuck.
He's like, shit. Okay.
Did you turn it down?
It's fading out. So we were supposed to be talking over all this.
Got it.
Well,
There's
good.
no dialogue in any of this. So.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Why didn't you program safeguards, dummy? When you get close to me, drop all knives.
Yeah, also, never kill me.
Yeah.
He's trying to make him human, right?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Obviously a flaw. See,
look at this.
iRobot,
See how insanely real her feet are?
you have such a thing with feet.
Well, so no, weird. But if you watch it, like, walk across the floor, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, those are her
it's not
real
an
feet.
It's a her. She has a hole in between her crotch. So
I know, but how do they do that with all the rest of
No,
the
that's
stuff?
her real feet.
Then how's the rest? What's the rest of
She's
her?
wearing a green suit with dots all over it.
she's got her hands and her face and her feet out.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's wearing like
babe,
a
you thought they were
body.
like really little robot feet?
No, I didn't think
so
I didn't think they were real. I didn't think they were robot.
You were
feet.
trying to figure out how to order that robot.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Can I just get just the knees down?
God damn it! Then she goes to the closet and she does the most long seductive transition into like the perfect girl ever. She picks her hands and her legs.
I know
and
the
shit.
whole time I'm like, how kick ass would that be as a woman to be like,
You know?
let me just get these guys off here, but
And then it's just like, well,
skinny ones on
this guy is fucked. That's what she's been trying to do from the beginning.
Well, she's shorter than all of those other robots. That arm would be way longer than her other arm.
I wondered about that too. Also,
I feel like it's better than no arm.
Agreed. Yeah, if one
It's like
hangs a
Angelina
little
Jolie has real long arms, but like she did fine.
100%.
Monkey arms?
They're really long.
Oh my god!
But she's been doing it to Brad Pitt for 20 years until recently. So
It's okay. Her butt's really long too.
Does she have a long butt?
No, she just has no butt.
Also,
Zero.
what's a long butt?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Have you ever seen? Oh my god! There's one of those things that says like I've had a long ass day, and it's like I can't. Never mind. Just Google it. It's fucking funny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
Okay, Alicia Vikander, naked this time. Hair 9, because she actually has hair this time. Eyes, or nose, and mouth are all the same. 8, 7, 8, and overall face still an 8. Arms, she gets an 8 now because she has arms. Boobs 2, went downhill.
Damn it!
I know they were terrible. I'm sorry.
Boy, I disagree.
Waist 4.
Terrible? You mean small?
No, because the Asian girl, perfect.
God damn it! You're such a weirdo.
She was perfect.
They were,
like even her boobs that small were perfect boobs.
By the way, Rich's thing that he doesn't represent the feelings of the show.
So waist 4, ass 4, because they were sort of the same thing, connected. Did you see that? She had a Julianne Moore butt where it's like that rounded,
perfect and great and
rounded
old
square thing, but except hers was even a rectangle. Like her waist connected
just
into her
red
butt.
and freckly.
It was weird. Go look at it again. You'll see what I'm talking about. Legs 8, overall 7, which gives her a total of 6.6. So she went from a 5.2 to a 6.6 with actual arms and legs.
This movie then ends with a amazing.
Wait, did you change her hair? You liked her hair?
Yeah, 9. I give her a 9.
Amazing Jurassic Park helicopter pickup.
Yeah.
Just insane. And then just the longest, artsy, stupidest ending of all time. Just shadows and shit. There's just shadows.
Wait, have we even talked about the fact that the guy is just like fucking left
Oh
there
yeah,
locked in a room?
I said he's fucked.
He's more than fucked. Like, I would rather get stabbed by the fucking robot.
Stab me? Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Stab me.
I'll be fucking
he's gotta
stabbed and say, oh, a
starve
couple
to
times.
death and
He's going to
shit.
starve to death in a fucking closed down box he can't get out of. And he would tell you he's already claustrophobic the first time that thing
I think
shut.
that here's what I think. I think there's if you guys are correct, and this dude is the guy who owns the place is so with it, somebody is going to come there because things are quiet. The dude survives.
Yeah, he could break the glass.
I can't break.
He already programmed the doors to open up a certain way
can't
before.
Break the glass, and all the systems shut down.
Although,
no, he already went to the computers. Everything.
Yeah, but I mean that's when he's trying to hurry up and get out. if he took his time, he probably could figure it out.
We'll see. Only thing that could happen is if there's a full power surge, then the doors will open again, right?
That's true. But she was causing the power surge, and she's gone.
But if something else caused a power surge, the doors would reopen.
Also, how does she recharge her battery? What the fuck does she do?
I was waiting for an opportunity to bring that up.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do when her fucking battery dies?
They have those portable ones at Walmart.
No,
they work really well.
You can't put your hand to that.
they do. They work
And
awesome.
get a goddamn.
They said that she had a hole between her legs. Maybe it was just like a USB thing.
I think the ending's stupid. I just think like her walking out, and I get that.
How else is it gonna end though?
Yeah, we get that you're pretty, but like, bitch, you ain't got a job. You don't have any money.
Yeah,
you're in the city.
You ain't got two of nothing.
She's gonna be freaking turning tricks in 2 days.
Well, she does have the world's worth of Google searches. I mean, she has a lot of information.
But what's her point? What's she gonna do? Get a boyfriend? Start a family? Like what's her purpose? What's her end game?
What I wondered is when she runs at him, like, so she's not a weapon. He just made a person.
I know. I was like, he really did give her dainty girl strength.
Yeah, it's just like,
That sucks.
man, he just fucking he just goes, that's enough, and he just tackled her
Any
over.
Any other robot movie,
Stop
she would have
doing that.
had like super strength,
That would have been it. What would be the point of making it?
Well, but she wasn't a weapon, so she was just like a girl being like,
she was
She was like embarrassing.
She was genteel.
For robot.
That's the one I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get one that when you die, Casey. I'm gonna get one that can't punch as hard as you. Because
Here's the deal.
That shit fucking hurts.
Stop punching.
I'm more likely to get a robot spouse after you die just because of timing.
That's true.
Okay,
that's a good point.
That's fine. I'll go first. Thank you guys for sharing our podcast. We love you guys so very much. If you'll just share our posts, and I realize that it's getting wacky with all of our shit gets removed from Facebook, and then Rich gets kicked off and all that stuff. Guys, please just search Jarrett Goes to Movies, like all of our pages, participate in the show. We love you guys very much. So thanks for sharing Woody Chambers, Jake Bradford, Jarrett Reddick.
Yeah, thank you for sharing it for once.
Good job.
You're welcome. Joey Bishop, Amy Pittsinger. Did I really? I don't share it all the time?
No.
Do you share it?
Huh? No. But I don't have a million followers.
I'll start doing that.
I've been kicked off, remember?
Amy Pittsinger, Barry Ferguson, Simon Rogers, Chris Odell, Parson Card, Jared Spear, Chris Pulse, Nigel Watson, Mitch Bergeron, Collateral Cinema Movie Podcast, Grant Hill, my favorites of all of the Hill brothers, Bowling for Soup, and Danny Stuckey.
I have to point out there's a few people that overshare and in a good way, like share every single post every single time, and that's like Woody Chambers, Jake Bradford, Joey Bishop, Simon Rogers. Chris Pulse, I think, maybe Mitch Bergeron, and
we're saying
Barry
keep it
Ferguson.
up.
Yeah, thank you so much for oversharing like that.
And everybody, awesome. Please make sure that you go and leave a good review on iTunes or on Podbean or wherever you listen to this podcast. Leave a great review. It helps us more than you will ever know. I mean, it's crazy how awesome it is.
Yeah, we need to read some of those at some point on iTunes. There's some really funny ones on there.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Grant Hill writes, "Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Since Netflix has started doing a lot of their own movies, have you guys ever thought about reviewing one? My vote, if you do, would be The Babysitter or Game Over Man. The Babysitter's a horror movie, so that would mean Casey's out. Game Over Man might be one we could no, not.
That was the worst piece of shit.
I thought it was funny. It's a ridiculous
It has
comedy.
9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Why don't we do one of those, though? Like, if that's the new shit, why don't we review it?
They don't make a lot of great movies.
But what we do have, like the Adam Sandler movies, let's do one of those, even if they're bad. Let's just fucking do
but
it.
she's talking about just like Netflix movies.
Yeah, he's done
Netflix
3 movies.
Yeah.
I'll say Adam Sandler's aren't that bad.
The one with him and
David Spade?
that one was actually good. I really enjoyed that one.
Let's
It
do
was
one.
funny.
Let's
Okay.
do one.
All right.
Let's do a Netflix movie. Why not?
Okay.
I mean, it's the future.
Right.
You know? So, well, thank you for that suggestion. And thank you to everybody who listened this week. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to check out our website at JarrettGoesToTheMovies.com. We do have a store, and all of our shit is print on demand. So just order it. It's going to come to your house, and you're going to
We need some new designs, though.
I know we do, but we have a store in the UK and in the US. So no matter where you are in the world, you can find some shit. And
if you're in the UK or the US.
Well, no, in the U.S. we ship to
know,
all
I'm
over,
just
and then in the U.K. we ship to all over. You don't know how this fucking shit works, dude. We'll see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.
But most of all, we'll see you down the road.